I had planned this surprise for weeks. My wife's birthday was approaching, and I knew how much it meant to her that I be there. Work had taken me out of town, and I wasn't supposed to be back for another 2 days. But I managed to rearrange my schedule and decided to drive back, 9 long hours through a relentless snowstorm, just to surprise her. The roads were barely visible, and the snow kept falling like a curtain. Several times I thought about stopping and booking a motel, but the thought of seeing the look on her face when I walked through the door gave me strength. I imagined her eyes lighting up, her arms wrapping around me, her voice cracking with emotion. I rehearsed everything I would say in my head during that long drive. I even picked up her favorite flowers, white lilies, from a gas station an hour away from town. I knew they weren't fresh, but it was the thought that counted. I smiled thinking how she always complained about getting older but secretly loved the attention. By the time I reached home, it was well past 11 p.m. Our street was quiet and buried in snow. The porch light was on, which meant she was still awake. Perfect timing. I parked the car a little down the road so she wouldn't hear it and walked through the snow, the bouquet tucked under my coat to keep it from freezing. As I reached the door, I took a deep breath and smiled. I turned the knob slowly, not wanting to make noise. The door was unlocked, strange, but I chalked it up to her forgetting again. I tiptoed in, expecting to see her in the living room watching TV or reading a book. But the living room was empty. The lights were dim, and the house was oddly quiet. I placed the flowers on the kitchen counter and listened. That's when I heard faint music coming from upstairs. I paused. A strange feeling started to creep over me, like a chill that wasn't caused by the snow. I climbed the stairs slowly. The closer I got to our bedroom, the louder the music became, and then I heard laughter. A man's laughter. My heart sank. I stood frozen outside our bedroom door, not sure what I would find on the other side. I turned the handle and pushed the door open. What I saw will forever be burned into my memory. There she was, my wife, lying in bed with another man. Both of them froze when they saw me. Her face turned white. He scrambled to cover himself. I didn't speak. I didn't shout. I just stared, unable to move or think clearly. She sat up quickly, stammering my name. "It's not what it looks like," she said, the most cliched line possible. I couldn't believe it. After everything we had built, everything I had done to come back early and surprise her, this was how she repaid me? The man, whoever he was, grabbed his clothes and ran out of the room without a word. She kept talking, trying to explain, crying, pleading. But I didn't hear any of it. My mind was racing through every moment we had shared, every memory, every promise she had ever made. I walked out of the room, down the stairs, and into the kitchen. The flowers were still there on the counter, looking out of place in the midst of all this betrayal. I picked them up, stared at them for a moment, and then tossed them into the trash. She followed me, wrapped in a blanket, still crying. She begged me to talk to her, to let her explain, to forgive her. But what was there to forgive? She had made a choice, long before I ever opened that door. "I trusted you," I finally said. My voice sounded hollow, distant. "I drove 9 hours through a storm for you." She reached for me, but I stepped back. Her tears didn't move me anymore. Her sorrow felt like a performance. Too little, too late. I had given her everything. And this is what she gave me in return. I went to the hall closet, grabbed my small suitcase that I had just brought in, and packed a few clothes back into it. She asked me not to leave. I didn't respond. I walked to the